Alright, here we are on the loading screen to Gran Turismo 4. It's been 3 months since the last part of this, and last time, I don't remember what in the world we were doing. All I know is we have a slightly nice Skyline GT ST Type M from '89. That's nice. But, let's do a quick recap here, see if I did anything with this. Upgraded it any. Maybe I got the racing chip and put it in. No, not at all. You get a turbo. No, no turbo either. I did not do weight reduction, which is definitely something you want to do. It's so cheap and it does a good job at making the car significantly faster. But I have other plans, specifically in regards to another car. I don't know if I told you guys about it before, but I have plans regarding a Dodge vehicle. Specifically this one. This is one of my favorite cars in the game. I'm playing on an emulator here, and the interior looks like it's a little slightly bugged out. That's kinda weird, but not really a big deal. But yeah, I have plans to buy this, first of all, and second of all, tune it and kick ass with it. So those are my plans. And see what I did here. What did I do? I did the beginner cup. Okay, don't know why I tried to go there. I did nothing here. Did I try any of the licenses? Evidently I did not. I think try some of the licenses here. I'm really bad at these, so don't expect anything too much from me here. I had trouble with these a lot, and if you see that pink stuff, it's a result of me playing on an emulator. If I had a PS2, I'd play on that, but I don't, so. Oh, I forgot the controls I put. We're not going for anything incredible right here. We're just, right now we just want to pass these licenses. So if we get silvers, that's great. If we get bronzes, that's fine, you know. All I'm doing right now is passing these licenses so I can actually drive in tests and other things. Got a nice little Mitsubishi 3000 GT here. It's a shame I won't be really driving it. It's got a pretty hefty turbo. I don't know if you can hear that. Looks like we're gonna light our way into that with another bronze here. Go ahead with the next license test. So here's our first basics of cornering in the pathetic little car that this is. Not even sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's... I know it's a Honda, because I just saw the badge, but regardless of what it really is, it's bad. It's really bad. The engine sounds awful. The car is awful. I don't see how anybody could conceivably try to even justify this as like an upgradable car that you can race. It makes no sense. Holding pretty tight throughout that corner there. Feel like we got a good exit. But regardless of that, we're still gonna catch a bronze medal here. See, I could try to get silver on these, but it would require me to do it so many times, and if you really want to know what cars that you have for getting silver and gold, because you do get prize cars for this, then just look it up. Now, super licenses are going to be a problem with me because I never actually did them. So it's going to be slightly difficult. This car is definitely better. In other words, it's not a little rice box like the other one was. Try to get some good cornering action here. Hopefully the speed will help us up on this uphill section. and it still looks like we're just barely away from a silver there. That sure is a shame. These B licenses should be pretty smooth. Oh boy, our first lap guide run. These are the most fun. Ugh, I hate these things. This one's gonna be fairly easy, but I really hope I don't fail on any of these, because if I do, that's just more editing work for me to do. Well, speak of the devil, that's not enough to warrant an edit out. That's just a couple seconds, so I'm not going to worry about even editing that out. There's no point. But we're gonna, well, it looks like a mini, a 1. I was about to say Mini Cooper, but I guess not, because they're so different. So I don't, if you guys don't know that which I'm sure you do, because if you're watching this Let's Play, to be honest, you probably searched it up. It didn't really appear or anything, you know. There were very select few people who like to watch Let's Plays of this game. Myself being one of them, I was inspired by Sky Hurricane. So, if he ever sees these videos, thank you. But, yeah, if you guys are wondering what the goal of this is, don't pass the pace car. This isn't a race, it's just to follow him and try to get a good track time, which can sometimes be a little difficult, since this guy likes to be a slowpoke. Or sometimes not take the best route. And be honest, you could get a lot better scores if you just cheesed the game by going off in the grass, but it'll fail you if you do that, like you saw earlier, so. See, like, just in this corner I'm gaining on the guy a little bit because he slowed down way too much for it. Regardless of the fact, I still get a bronze, which is okay with me. We aren't completionists. Okay, another braking test in the Renault Megane. I figured out it was called a Renault, not a Renault. Apparently that's how it's pronounced. So this is 500 meters. I'll give this car just a little under 100 meters to brake with. How about that? A gold? Jeez. I really wasn't expecting that. Another acceleration and braking test, this time in a Viper. Yeah. Now, if I remember correctly, this thing has awful brakes. And this is an 1,000-meter test, too, so I'll be going at speeds that are just insane trying to brake with this thing. So I say I'd give it about 150 meters of braking room. Like, right about... Well, that wasn't perfect, but it was a silver, so I'm happy with it. Alright. Oh boy, looks like we have a little Mazda Miata here. Certain people love these cars. Oh yeah, get ready to drive, stuck on the screen because I'm on an emulator and for some reason it doesn't like me. I feel like we're gonna get a really good time here because I just blasted through that corner, but nope. Arguably, I want to say this is one of the hardest licenses throughout the entire of the Gran Turismo series. this is just insane difficulty. Some people say it's easy, I don't know. We're skipping the coffee break. There's really no point in doing it. It doesn't affect anything, and it's really just a waste of time. Although it is nice to sometimes mess around with it, but looks like we're going to have a BMW for our next basics of cornering. So hopefully a little bit of German engineering can rocket us through those corners and get us something that's not a bronze. Well, that was not good. Let's retry that. I'm only going to be editing out the fails if they're prolonged, like insane failures. Like, I'm talking like I just failed the one-lap guide run around Nürburgring, and it's been 10 minutes, and I'm not going to make you guys sit through 10 minutes just to see me fail. It was awfully close to a silver there, but no dice, unfortunately. The car that I'm going to get for this is going to be rather disappointing. Oh boy, another one-lap guide run. Again, in a shitty minivan. Citroen. How many really bad minivans can we drive in one B license test run? Apparently a lot, because they love to give you bad minivans to do lap guides with. See, even off the bat, I'm full acceleration, pedal to the metal, and I can't keep up with this. It looks like R34 pace car. This thing corners bad, it's heavy like a boat. I don't understand why they give you this to do a license test in. Nobody's going to be racing these things, really. The only reason I'd ever buy this in Gran Turismo is so I could rice it out and slap a big old turbo on it and say it's funny, but... Oh, that was trippy. And this thing steers like a boat, jeez. Back end wants to slide out on me all the time. I have to keep it under control. It makes it no better that I'm playing with the wireless controller that has tons of input delay sometimes. Like, at times it'll be snappy, great. You push the analog stick in a certain direction and there it goes. But, you know, other times it just won't respond at all, or something similar. Oh, don't. That was really close. I always hated these guide runs. They were the worst, my least favorite part of the driving test. My controller just screwed up on me there. I'm not going to edit that one out either because it's only a minute. And I feel like I got some pretty good commentary, covered some good bases there about my controller. That was one of the prime examples of where my controller screwed up. If my controller hadn't screwed up, I wouldn't have gone off the road and failed the license test there. But it just had to be bad and screw up. Well, at least I have a better lay of the track now, so I know what I'm doing and how I'm going to drive it. And if I fail this time, I will be cutting it out. So, you guys probably won't know if I fail this time. For all you guys know, this could be my 20th run, and I've been failing over and over again, and this just happens to be the one where I succeed. But, no, this is just my second run. And I tried to remedy the issue with the last part, all the audio balancing stuff. I started using a different recording software, and hopefully that's going to help out a little bit, because I balanced the audio a little bit. I don't know now if the game is too quiet, if my voice is too loud. I did a couple of tests, but no actual gameplay, so I'll be experiencing it pretty much post-upload just like you guys will, so if it messes up again, well, that's really unfortunate. And I will do better to fix it in the next part, and we'll actually do gameplay tests instead of just normal tests. But I did do a test with Panama by Van Halen playing. So, you know, I feel like we should be good for sound balancing and whatnot. I'm trying to keep these Let's Play parts under 20 minutes. Well, not 20, 30 about minutes. I think is a fair amount of time to be playing Gran Turismo 4 non-stop for. And you gotta consider that it isn't just me playing for 30 minutes, it's me playing for a while and then editing out half of the time that I played for. So I don't know how long we're running for right now. I'd imagine we're somewhere around the 20-minute mark, maybe. I think we'll be able to finish the B license in this episode. Oh boy. Wonderful basics of dirt driving. I kind of forgot about this series, too. I've been working on a lot of other projects that you'll be seeing on my channel very soon. I think you'll be interested in what I've been cooking up in the past couple months here. Oh boy, I spun out there. That's a major fail. I honestly, just the main goal here is get the B licenses done today. And I'll check the runtime. And if we have a little more time, maybe we'll do a race series or look at some cars before we finish out today's episode. But I feel like the B licenses themselves won't be long enough for me to have to do any real major editing here. And that was so close to a silver, too. I'm not grinding for it, though. Alright, so we're gonna have another Basics of Dirt Driving, I think? Yes. This time it should be slightly easier, because I think I know what I'm doing. Evidently I do. Still not enough to get me a silver, and I felt like that was a pretty good performance. Maybe I shifted down too early or something. Anyways, you know, I'll check the runtime after we get done with these licenses, because I feel like we'll have about 2 or 3 maybe minutes left to do something. I don't know, maybe I'll get the car cleaned up or something and look at some potential upgrades and options in the future. And if some of you want to know if this game has Lamborghinis, it absolutely does not have Lamborghinis, nor does it have Bugattis. So, there you go. Maybe we could talk to the executives over at Lamborghini Incorporated and see if we can get them to make a mod to add it to the game. I highly doubt they'll do that. And I don't know how you mod a PS2 game, but I would have loved to seen at least a Lamborghini or two in this game. Possibly a Bugatti too. That would have been super nice. I'm really looking for some good racing sim games to play. Like, you experience like what it is in the actual car. That was pretty good performance. But anyways, I'm looking for some things like that. I've tried a set of Corsa, it's not that great. Something that lets you do an interior drive, which this game doesn't have, and I wish it did. But something realistic that lets you do an interior drive. Would you look at that? A PT Cruiser. Great. But if you guys have any games that you know like that, do go ahead and let me know in the comments. BeamNG Drive I already have, and if any of you know about the car game Automation, let me know if you guys want to see some episodes done on that, because that game is pretty interesting. I might, if you guys want to, I've been watching YouTuber Shiny Odd, and he's given me a couple ideas. Like asking you guys to build a car, or building a car with a random number generator. We can do that on a stream and perhaps upload it to YouTube later. Because I think that would be an interesting video to make. And then we test the cars out in BMG. We could do something similar to that as well if you guys would like. Oh, controller fucked up. Luckily, it wasn't a instant fail for me. Kind of feel like you have to really rev the car out to get all the power out of it here. And what am I talking about? Power. This thing has no power. It's a PT Cruiser. It has no turbo, which, I mean, that of course doesn't mean that your car isn't powerful, but it's a PT Cruiser. What am I expecting out of it? It's barely able to go highway speeds. Well, it's able to go highway speeds, but not much else is what I mean to say. I'd say getting this thing anywhere over 110 would be a difficult challenge, despite the fact that it has 5 gears. Which I shifted up to check. I took that way too wide, but that's okay. I feel like I'm gonna come close to failing here, because I have been paying attention, but I do feel like I'm still going to get it. Well, I was nowhere close to failing. I had 10 seconds of leeway, but anyways. Is there a 16 test here? The graduation test, there should... Yep, here's the graduation test. This one determines whether or not I graduate. And it's in a Beamer? Yeah, it's in a Beamer. BMW. Big money wasted. That's what BMW stands for. This thing only revs up to 5K. It's weird. That was a barely passing grade, but passing my B license test here, so that's great. Now, we passed the B license test, and as per the occasion, we are now a certified driver in the B license category. And as such, we get a prize car. A 1.4 liter inline 4 engine Volkswagen Lupo with, I'm pretty sure, just over 100 horsepower or less. So, like I said, I'll be right back. I'm going to check the runtime and then see what else we can do in this episode. Alright, I'm back. I don't know if I'm gonna cut that part out or not, but I'm probably going to. Anyways, we have about 7 minutes left. We have been doing this for 23 minutes, and we have obtained the B license. So I don't think that's enough to really get started on anything. I might just let this episode run out for 25, and we'll take a look at some vehicles, maybe. I need to check the oil's great. You can customize your cars too in the GT Auto, which is nice. I'm gonna take the Dodge, and my plan is to enter it into the front-wheel drive challenge and smoke literally every other thing in there. Now, we do have this to worry about. This turbo one should be interesting. This boxer one, oh boy. Those are the only boxer engined cars in the game? I'll have to get one of them then. It'll probably end up being a Rough, which is just this game's version of Porsche. Made in Germany. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, here they are. So it's, as you can see, it's very Porsche-esque. This car looks pretty good, but look at the price tag. Jeez. Whew. I'll tell you what though, they have some nice classics. The BTR, that's nice. The rough CTR Yellowbird. I believe you can win this from a racing event. I do not remember which racing event that you do earn it from, but I know that you can. Let's check. This has a boxer engine, so this would definitely be able to enter there, and I don't feel like spending 140,000, 120k roughly, on this thing to get in, so this is also more powerful and newer. So that's nice. This thing looks nice. Looks sort of newer Porsche. So that's always good to see. Take a look at what Audi has to offer here. That's too expensive for that. And this thing is a special vehicle that you cannot drive, so it's not worth it. Take a look at their new cars. Your entry into all-wheel drive territory, which this game does not know how to distribute. This game doesn't know how to tell the difference between four-wheel and all-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure it's technically different though, so just thought of something. Why don't we take a look at the used car dealerships, because some time definitely passed. Yep. Is there anything I can afford? Absolutely not. Now what we could do, just catches my eye a little bit. It's not a bad looking car. Opel Tigra. Now that thing just looks like the Honda Fit of Opels. That's ridiculous. 104 horsepower. I'd love to race some of these sometime. Speaking of Audis. 29k miles. It's a 1.8T though. Oh boy, a Prius. Now this is a funny car. It's a shit box, that's what it is. 14k miles, 71 horsepower, front wheel drive. Ugh. That car disgusts me. Just joking. All you Prius owners out there, new Priuses are way better than old Priuses. So you all made a good choice preserving the environment. But me though, you know, I like my loud engines and cars, and as much as I'd love to preserve the environment, a Tesla just can't do the same thing for me. So, well, I'd love to have one, and it's still not going to replace gas engine cars, for me at least. I have a feeling though gas engines are going to become rather rare one day. Take a look at HPA Motorsports and realize that this car is extremely cheap and very fast. So this is something that you would ideally get, considering it's four-wheel drive, 552 horsepower, 3.2 liter V6 with dual overhead cams. And since this is a... okay, I was about to say it's a Honda, but it's a Volkswagen. But this does look like a really good car for... yeah, twin-turboed. It's basically riced effectively, but not riced at the same time. Dirt and snow. We'll be doing some of these events here. Spain, they never have cars. None of their cars are good. They have one car, and that is it. And it is the Ibiza Cupra. This is the only car you can buy in Spain, and I'm pretty sure you can only buy it in... did I take that back? Very colorful car. However, it's the only car you can buy in Spain at all. You want any color? Fine. You want another car? Nope. This is your only option. If you live in Spain, you have to buy this vehicle. France has some rather odd things going about it. And the UK, of course, is the UK. This might be the closest you're going to get to a Lamborghini or Ferrari kind of car. You know, that's another thing I'd love to see in this game, a Ferrari. That would be sweet. But if you can catch one of these Lotuses in the used car dealer, it might be a good idea to go ahead and pick it up. This thing looks pretty slick, and provided that it's light, which it is, with 200 horsepower. That's pretty insane. Let's see how much that Volkswagen's going to stall for, and then I think we'll effectively end today's episode. That's not a lot of money. So I get about 3.5k for that thing. Despite the fact that this thing is older, it's probably more collectible, and I'll get about 8.5. So that's in total about 11,000. If I sell it, I will get 15.5k. How much can I sell this for? Only 2k, and it's better than both of those cars combined. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, anyways, guys, I'm going to try to upload more frequently and not forget about Gran Turismo as a series, since I've mainly focused on the other content of my channel, which I highly recommend that you do go check out, because all of that is great. I consider it to be my favorite type of content to upload. However, on that note, I think this is going to effectively end today's episode of, well, not today's, this 3-month increments, you know, episode of Gran Turismo 4. I'll try not to make it another 3 months before you get to see another part of this, because I'm sure the suspense must have been killing all of you. But in summary, what we did today is we did the B licenses, won a Volkswagen Lupo, which is a virtually worthless car, and now we're able to participate in low-level events, so that's great. Absolutely wonderful. Whew. I have not B-spec'd anything yet, don't plan to, but on that note, that's going to effectively end today's episode, and I hope you all are having a very great day. And on that note, I'm going to save the game, and I will see you all later.